Just when you thought things might be calming down, bam! The US-China trade war just exploded. One minute, markets were quiet, and the next, they were in a total freefall. So what just happened? Let's break down the announcement that kicked this all off, the reason behind it, and what it all means for what comes next. So what did that freefall look like? Well, here's the number that had everyone on Wall Street scrambling. At the closing bell, the Dow had absolutely plummeted by 878 points. This wasn't just a bad day. This was a gut punch, a shocking end to the trading week that caught pretty much everyone off guard. And it wasn't just the Dow taking the hit. Oh no, the pain was spread all around. The Nasdaq also took a massive tumble, and the S&P 500 had its worst day since April. We are not talking about a little dip here, folks. This was a full-on market shockwave. So you have to ask, what on earth could cause a sell-off this huge, this fast? Well, the trigger was an announcement that came literally minutes after the markets closed for the day. The president revealed a massive new escalation in the trade war with China, and, the timing seems pretty intentional. Dropping this bombshell after the markets closed meant traders were basically helpless. They couldn't react in real time. And the bombshell itself, it all comes down to this number, 100%, a new, additional 100% tariff on Chinese imports. To call that a dramatic increase, well, that doesn't even begin to cover it. A move this big fundamentally rewrites the rules of the trade war. And to really wrap your head around just how massive this is, you gotta remember, this new 100% is being slapped on top of the 30% that was already there. So yeah, that brings the grand total to a mind-boggling 130%. A number like that just begs the question. What could possibly have provoked a response this drastic? Well, the answer lies with a group of materials you might not have heard of, but they are critically important. They're known as rare earth minerals. The administration didn't mince words about China's latest action. They called it, and I'm quoting here, a sinister and hostile move. I mean, when you hear language like that from diplomats, you know a major line has just been crossed. So what was this trigger? The U.S. was responding directly to new restrictions from China that limited access to those rare earth minerals. So from the U.S. perspective, this wasn't just another trade squabble. It was viewed as a strategic threat. Now, if you're hearing rare earth minerals and thinking, what on earth are those? You're not alone. Basically, they're a group of elements that are absolutely essential for making all kinds of high-tech products. And here's the key part. It's a market that China overwhelmingly dominates. That gives them an incredible amount of leverage. And this isn't about some abstract industrial material. Not at all. These minerals are essential for the technology that you and I use every single day. They're inside our cars, our smartphones, and all kinds of other consumer electronics. So the big concern, the real fear as it was put, is that China could hold the world captive with its control over this vital resource. These new restrictions were seen as a move in exactly that direction, and that's what prompted this massive retaliation. Okay, so that's the why. Now let's talk about the diplomatic fallout. What happens next? Because when you make an economic move this huge, the political dominoes start to fall, and they fall fast. First thing you need to know, there's a hard deadline. These new, punishing tariffs are officially scheduled to go into effect on November 1st. That really doesn't leave a lot of time for tensions to cool down. And maybe most consequentially, a high-stakes meeting that was being planned between the U.S. and Chinese presidents is now in serious jeopardy. The administration is reportedly thinking about canceling it altogether. And get this, that meeting was supposed to happen in just 2 weeks. Today's announcement throws the entire thing into doubt, and it's really unclear if that crucial diplomatic channel is even going to stay open. All of this leaves us with one big, unanswered question tonight. After an escalation of this magnitude, is a long-term trade deal even possible anymore? Or have we just entered a brand new, and honestly, a much more volatile phase of the U.S.-China relationship?